going to do. So if we don't know, the first day of fall was on Monday. So I have a little presentation that I'd like to share with you, and then we can get started. I want to see all of my friends working with me. So I'm going to present this. Perfect. Awesome. Can everyone see my screen? Thumbs up if you can see it. Perfect. So let's go into our present. So let's talk about fall, just a little bit about fall. So like I said, on Monday, fall was the first day, and I want to know, what are some things that we see that happen during fall? So if anyone would like to raise their hand or unmute themselves and tell me a little bit of what you see during fall and what happens from that change between summer and fall. Who would like to tell me something? For one thing I know is that the leaves start to change. So from the spring and the summer to the fall, we start to lose that green leaves that we see in the summer. They're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful green leaves, but we start to see them change. So we start to see the red leaves, we start to see the orange leaves, we start to see the yellow leaves, we start to see them all on the ground. That's how some people start doing the leaf pile up when they go jump in the leaves. So we see all that kind of stuff. We see some other things in fall. So we see how the birds start migrating for the winter. So you see all the birds in the summer. I know I have a pool outside of my house. So all the birds like to go inside my pool sometimes, and they like to hang out beside my pool. But since it starts getting really cold outside, they start to migrate for the winter. So that's a little bit of what we see during fall. We see some leaves changing. We see some birds. We see pumpkins coming out. There's like harvest starting to happen. Thanksgiving's right around the corner. So it's a lot of stuff that happens during this period, which is really cool. So before we get started in our painting activity, let's look at the screen. So in the screen, I have a bunch of different items that surround fall. So there's some green leaves, there's some orange leaves, there's some mushrooms, there's some acorns, there's pumpkins, there's sweaters. There's a lot of stuff in here. So let's count in fall. So how many of each can we find in each number? And we're going to count one by one, and we're going to count. First, we're going to start with the green leaves. So let's count together and see how many green leaves we can find during fall. So we have 1, 2, where's another one? 3's here, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7. There's 7 green leaves. Now up next, we have our orange leaves. So let's do some orange leaves. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's some socks in here too. 5, got 5 orange leaves. And then we got a hat. So the hats start coming out from summer till fall. Your ears start to get cold, so we need to protect our ears. So we got 1, we got 2, we got 3, we got 4. I think that's it. I'm not missing one, right? No, I think we got 4. And we have some jackets. So we start having to pull out our fall jackets. Those raincoats start to come out. Yesterday it was thunderstorming so much outside. I got nervous a little bit. So there's 1, 2, 3 jackets, which is beautiful. How about pumpkins? There's 1 pumpkin, 2 pumpkins, 3 pumpkins. Who can help me out with the socks? Who can tell me how many socks are? So you can unmute your mic and you can tell me how many socks you can find. Gordon, can you tell me how many socks there are? Do you know how many there are? I think there's 1, 2, 3. I think there's 3 pairs of socks, right?
You're muted, Gordon, just in case you want to say something. Three.
Three, exactly. There's three pairs of socks, one for each foot, left foot and right foot, three of them. Then we also got mushrooms. How many mushrooms can we see? Let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I missing one? How many are there? Do we know? Gordon, do you know?
Uh, four.
1, 2, 3,
Five.
5. You're right. There's 5 of them. Perfect. Thanks, Gordon.
Some hiding.
I know some were hiding. I couldn't see them. They all kind of look the same.
Yeah.
Cool. And then there's acorns. So let's look how many acorns there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 acorns. So great job, everyone. We did our acorns. We looked at all of the things that we could find in fall. So now let's get to painting. Perfect. So does everyone have all of their materials? They're ready to go. Let's see. Does everyone have their piece of paper? Try to put it up for me. Let me see. We all have our papers. Oh, I see some friends having our papers there. Love it. Amazing. So let's start. So can we all grab our brown markers? This is what our painting activity is going to kind of look like today. Now we can change it up. We can do it however we want to do it. We can make it our own, but this is kind of a layout of kind of what we want to see while we're doing our painting today. And it's going to be really fun. So the first step is I need everyone to hold up their brown marker and everyone to hold up their paper or canvas, whatever you guys have. Our first step is going to be making our branches. So, and making the actual stem of the tree. So this is super important because when you do this, before you do all of the painting with the Q-tips, you got to make your base, right? So if you want to follow along my drawing at the front, we can do that. If you want to follow my paper as well, we can do that as well. So grabbing that brown marker, you could start either tracing or you can start making some brown spots all around. I'll make mine going this way. And I want to see, after you've made your layout, I want you to try to color it in too. So you're going to make the tree, the bottom of the tree a little bigger because it has to hold all the leaves and all the branches. And then the branches at the top can be a little smaller. So let's try that. So we've got some branches here. I'm going to cut a branch. I'm going to make it all the way at the top. So I'm going to go all the way to the top. And once you've started, you could start making little branches that are coming out from the top. So this is where we're going to put all of our painting at the very top, and it's going to go all the way around and hang down like a big, big tree with lots of leaves falling down. Yeah, so we're going to make one going out on the side with the branch going sideways. We're going to do another one going maybe a little in the middle. And I want to try to make branches going all different ways. So the leaves can look like they're falling all different ways around. Yeah, so let's go around here. Maybe we'll do a little one down at the bottom. Can make a small one. And I wanted all of us to show kind of what the outline you've made so far. So this is my outline. Now I might make some spots bigger. I may make some spots smaller. I might add as many branches as we want. So it doesn't have to be as little as this. You can also do as many as this. So you can do as many branches as you want. You can make them thinner, you can make them thicker. The more branches, the more paint. So if you love to paint, do as many branches as you want. Perfect. So we're making that outline of our branches. Great job, everyone. I love how we're working. Looks great. Once you've done all of those, you can start to even color in your branches. So if we look at this painting activity right here at the front, you see that we colored our branches and we colored our big stem dark brown. So you can grab your marker and you could start coloring that in. Let's see how we're all doing. We look like we're all doing very well, which is so awesome. So we're coloring, we're making our branches. We're doing all of that stuff. We're going to make as many branches as you want. For me, I think the coloring is the hardest part. I want to make sure it all looks like a tree. How's it looking, everyone? Let's see. Gordon, how does yours look like? Let's see your tree. Can you show me? Oh, it looks beautiful. Yours looks better than mine. I have to do better. Looks so good. Good job. I have to make these thicker, I think. Perfect. My friends in the classroom, how are we doing? We're having some fun right now. We're coloring. We're all good. Love it. How are we doing with step one? Let's see everyone's step one. Who thinks we're ready for step 2? How are we doing? Can everyone show me thumbs? Gordon's ready for step 2. Cool. My friends in the classroom, are we ready for step 2? Maybe take 1 or 2 more minutes and then we'll start part 2. Gordon, is that a hockey picture in the background?
Yeah.
What
Okay.
do you like hockey?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite team?
The Toronto Maple Leafs.
Love them. I love Toronto Maple Leafs.
They lost again.
I know. And it was such a sad loss.
Yeah. You watch it yesterday?
I was watching it and it was
I was mad.
I know. I get so excited for them to
Yeah.
play and then they don't win, but
You gone to
doing
games?
their best. I've never gone to a game and I really, really want to.
I
Hopefully
worked
this
down.
year.
I worked down there.
Yeah, you work down there, really?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Oh, so you must have so much fun down there.
Yeah.
Love it.
I hope to see you down there.
I know. I hope to see you too.
Yeah. I do 50-50.
Okay. Oh, the 50-50 raffle.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I love that.
I hope we win tomorrow.
I know, right?
Montreal.
I know. Oh, I know. Is Montreal playing tomorrow?
Yeah. With the Leafs.
Oh,
Are you
that's-
working tomorrow, Gordon?
And no.
Oh, because I'll be at the game tomorrow. So
Yeah. When you go again?
not sure, but when I do, I'll let you know.
Okay. Take pictures.
All right. So I think we are ready to move on to step 2. So let's do it. So this is where our painting comes in, guys. It's really exciting. So we'll take this one step at a time. So you can first put your canvas or paper down and you can grab some of your red paint. You can lift out that red paint and don't touch it yet because it can make your hands really dirty. Could go one thing at a time. So you can grab maybe one Q-tip at a time, or you can do all of your Q-tips together. Right now, I'm gonna do one Q-tip at a time. So my first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my paint, I'm gonna grab my red, I'm gonna dip just a little bit in the red, and I'm gonna start making little dots like we see on the screen, and I'm gonna make them as part of our leaves. So these are gonna be our red leaves. So I'm gonna start dotting them all the way around. Just little dots. You don't have to use too much paint, but as much as you want. It's gonna be your beautiful fall tree, and maybe you can even hang it up. You could put it in your classrooms, in your room. So you're making little leaves everywhere. And it doesn't just have to be on the branches. So we see how the branches on the screen, they kind of just have leaves everywhere. So you can start making leaves everywhere. So I'm gonna put red leaves all the way around. And I love paint because I don't like to get my hands dirty, but I love paint because I love how many colors I can use to make a beautiful picture. And it's a little more fun than using markers, I think. So let's dab them all the way around. I'm so excited to see what this looks like. It's going to be awesome. You can make baby leaves, you can make big leaves, anything you guys want. This is what mine looks like so far. So I'm just doing leaves all around the branches. I'm not going too far at the bottom just yet because that's going to be our last step because we have to let some stuff dry. So we're making leaves all the way around. Let's see. Perfect. So I put a lot of leaves. I wanted to put a lot of leaves just for red. I still have to do my orange. I still have to do my yellow. I just got to do all, but I love leaves. I love the fall. So I wanted to make a beautiful fall painting. Perfect. So my next step, once you've done your red Q-tips, you could put that Q-tip on that paper plate so it doesn't get dirty anywhere. Our next step is to get our orange leaves. So like I said, there's some red leaves, there's some orange leaves, there's some yellow leaves, which we'll do next. But right now we're going to do our orange leaves. So same thing. So grab a little end of your Q-tip. You can put some orange paint in it. And you're going to do the exact same thing that you did for the red. You're going to do it for the orange too. So let's dab it up. And it's totally okay if your colors start to mix together because that's what happens in fall. Your colors and the leaves start changing and they start mixing all together. Sometimes you can't tell which ones are red, which ones are orange because they're all kind of mixed together. So it can look like whatever you want it to look like, and it's going to be beautiful regardless. And I've only done one side of the orange so far, but you could totally see a difference between the red and the orange and just the red, and it looks really great. So I'm excited to see what all of yours looks like. We're putting all of our paint around. Again, all of those leaves in. We haven't put them falling to the ground just yet, but when we do that, it'll be really, really cool. Now, if you ever feel like you want to go back and do some more colors, go ahead and do it. I feel like I did a lot of orange, so I might have to go back and do some more red, but we'll see how I like it. It's really starting to look like fall in this picture. It's really cool. Just checking out all my friends, how we're doing. My friends in the classroom, how's it going? Awesome, love it. Gordon, it's going good? Perfect. Who's ready for the next color? Oh, let's do it. All right, grab a Q-tip. We're going for yellow now. So it's gonna be our third color. So dip it in there, same thing. And make some leaves all the way around. Now it's really cool to see because we have some primary colors already here. We have some red and we have yellow. And orange is a secondary color from when you mix red and yellow, and that makes orange. So it's cool to see how all of these colors are connecting. And they're kind of making more orange too sometimes, which is kind of cool. So getting that paint anywhere you want. If you want to make it so you don't see any white, and you want to do as many colors, go for it. That's what I'm trying to do, but it's kind of hard. You guys will probably do it better than me. Once again, you can put as little paint as you want, as much paint as you want. Just make it yours. I feel like I'm looking outside at the door right now. This is why I feel like I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna see my painting in the trees, which is really cool. How's it looking? Let's see. It's good. I love it. That looks awesome. That looks so good. I want to make mine more. I think I'm gonna add more color now. I like that. Add a little more red. Like I said, if you want to go back and add more of maybe the first color that you liked or the second color, you can do that. I'm going to go back in and add a little bit more red. How's it going? Do you think we can move on to step 3? I'll give it like 1 more minute for everyone to finish their first part of the painting, and then we'll do the second part. All right, so we are going to move on to step 3. But before we start step 3, let's see your painting so far. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that looks amazing. I love that so much. Yeah, it looks great. All right, so we're gonna move on to step 3. So we're gonna put our paper or canvas down, and we're gonna grab our black marker. So we can close our paint for now because we'll need it a little later, not right now. So with our black marker, at the beginning of the lesson, I talked about what we see during fall. So we see the leaves changing, we see harvest, we know Thanksgiving's coming around the corner, and we also see birds migrating from to the winter. So we are going to draw little birds migrating to the winter. So on my screen, I showed you an example of what the birds can look like, but you can make them look like whatever you'd like to look like. I find the easiest way to make these birds is I make 2 arches. So I make 2 of the letter M. So I almost make a letter M, and I just make it a little longer. So I'll wait for all of my friends to grab their black marker, and then we will go ahead and do that. So I'm going to start with my black marker. Oh, he brought this Leafs jersey out. I love it. That looks awesome. So I'm going to start making little birds. And I'm going to make them as little M's, but I'm going to make the M's a little longer. So I'm going to do one maybe at the top. Maybe I'll do one right beside it because a lot of the times birds migrate together. They don't migrate alone usually because they don't want to get lost, right? So I'm going to put some friends here together so that they don't get lost when they migrate. I'll do one more here. Maybe I'll do some at the top. Maybe I'll do one on the side, flying sideways. I can even do them right under the branches because sometimes the birds like to sit on the branches, but I don't want to let them touch my paint. So I'm going to do it a little under. So I just drew some birds that are migrating for the winter. Love it. I'm going to draw a little more birds now, actually. Maybe I'll draw some baby birds with it. Some smaller ones and a big one. Perfect. How are our birds looking? Are they ready to fly away? Do we think? I think so. All right. Our last step is going to be, we're going to add some leaves at the bottom. So a lot of the times during fall, before winter starts coming, the leaves start falling on the ground. And that's when people, jump in the leaves and play in the leaves and go outside with walks with their dogs, and their dogs sniff the leaves, right? So I'm going to add some leaves at the bottom. So we're going to grab our paint again. So you're going to grab your orange paint, your red paint, your yellow paint, and we're going to do some little leaves that are falling on the ground. You can do them falling from the tree. You can do them falling on the ground, whatever you'd like. I think I'm going to do some falling on the ground first, and then I'll add some leaves falling down. So you're going to do it right under the trunk of the tree. I'm going to do some leaves. Some leaves have fallen on the ground. I'm going to start with the red. Then once I feel like I've done enough red, I'll go to the orange. And then we'll keep going. So I'm making mine go all the way around the paper. You can do it just under the trunk of the tree, like how my example shows, or you can do it all the way around. My leaves are always going everywhere in my house, so I have to put them everywhere. So once you finish with that red, you can go on to orange. Grab my orange. So I'm putting my colors all the way around. And you could do it the same way that you did your painting at the top, or you could do it completely different. It's totally up to you. You can have some leaves falling. And now you can move on to your yellow if you're done your orange. If you're not done your orange or not done your red, don't worry about it. Keep going. I'm doing as much leaves as you want. You can do a little bit of leaves. I did a lot of leaves because I want to pile them all up. I'm holding up like this. This is what mine looks like so far. I don't know if I should add more birds. I think I'm going to leave it for now. And then if I want to add some birds, I might add some later. Beautiful. I love that.
I like your colors, Gordon.
Yeah, I like how you did a bunch and you tried to
I like yours too, Deanna.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I like how you made yours the whole thing so that you can barely see any white, which is really awesome.
You doing it too?
Yeah, I think I might add some more, to be honest.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. Nice day out today.
Is it nicer than yesterday? Because yesterday was a lot of rain.
Yeah. You heard that rain last night?
Yeah, my dog came beside me and she was very, very scared.
Uh-oh.
It was really loud. All right. Seems like we're all doing great. I'm gonna wait one more minute and then we're gonna show everyone our final pictures. Once you have your painting, you can put it down and you can just let it dry because sometimes when you put a lot of paint, like we did, kind of gotta let it dry. My hands are so dirty. There's so much paint on it now.
And if there are any students in the classroom that made the activity, we'd love to see pictures afterwards.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, feel free to email them to me. I'd love to see.
Hi, Aiden.
Hi, Gordon.
You heard the rain last night?
I did, yeah.
Me too. Last night it came down hard.
I know. Yeah, it wasn't very nice out.
No. I hope the Leafs win tomorrow.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Who scored the goal last night? The new guy?
I don't know, actually. I don't remember. But maybe I'll go look it up a little later and then
You see the fight?
yeah, I did. It was bad.
Yeah.
I don't like when they fight. It scares me. I don't
You
want
like you like Aston Matthews?
I do like Austin Matthews. I like
He's
Mitch
the-
Marner too.
Yeah, he's a captain now.
Yeah, I know.
Matthews.
All right, I want to see everyone's final paintings. If you would like to share, if you would like to email it to Best Buddies a little later, that would be awesome too. So we can all see your beautiful drawings and paintings. Let's look. Maybe we can spotlight, since Gordon is showing his, let's spotlight Gordon and let everyone can see Gordon as well. Can see his painting too. Which looks great, Gordon. I love it.
Thank you. Yours too.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right. And we have finished our fall painting. So before you go, make sure that you let it dry, right? So we don't want to make our hands super dirty. We don't want to put it anywhere. We don't want to ruin all of our clothes, our nice stuff. So you could put it to a side. I'm going to go put it to a side over here so we can let it dry. And then later you can even like ask to hang it up, and you can have it right out like outside your room. You could put it outside and you could show everyone, even while you're in your backyard, you can show all the painting there too. All right. So I want to say thank you for joining me in our fall painting today. I had a lot of fun with you guys. And